ROI, return on investment. That is what it's all about. That's why so many businesses today either aren't advertising and marketing or they aren't doing it the right way because they want to make sure that they get the proper return on investment. And that is as it should be. Let me give you a good example. 10 years ago, I had a small side business. It was a wedding venue, okay? And we wanted to do like 8 to 10 weddings per year. So this is before we knew anything about online marketing. It was probably before online marketing was even all that big. So I rented some commercials at a local radio station. Now, it's going to cost me $2,000 for a month of radio spots. And, that was fine with me. So I spent the $2,000. We did the month of ads. And you know what? At the end of the month, do you know how many sales I had? None. Zero. Donuts. Nada. Not a single nibble. So I went to my sales rep. I was like, we ran these ads and I heard them on the radio, but I got no sales whatsoever. I was like, I don't know what to do. And that's when I got my education into advertising. Apparently, in her world, advertising isn't supposed to result in sales. What advertising does is it results in exposure, okay? And so her plan was for me to advertise month after month, year after year, and just get my name out there so that when it came time for somebody to get engaged, well then my wedding venue would be the first venue on their mind, okay? Apparently that's how it was supposed to work. So, you know what, that actually makes a little bit of sense to me. But the counter argument to that is it was just a small side business. And if we did 10 weddings per year and we charged $2,500 per wedding, that meant we were going to make $25,000 in revenue. And she wanted me to spend $24,000 in radio ads. And she just looked at me completely blank, just a dull stare. She had no idea of what my confusion was or if I had any questions because, well, yeah, duh, it just makes sense. You spend $24,000 in advertising to make $1,000 profit. And you know what? That made no sense to me whatsoever. And that is where optimized marketing solutions comes into play. So my name is Mike Caldwell and I'm partnered with Carlos Negretti. And the two of us, we don't believe that you should just take $1 million, throw it at the wall and see what sticks, see what comes back to you. Here's the problem with that whole radio station commercial ad thing, okay? The problem is their big sales pitch to me was that they had 75,000 listeners, okay? So my ad was going to be in front of 75,000 people. Well, the problem with that is that out of those 75,000 people, how many of them were women? It's women who book the venues, right? We all know that. So, maybe let's say half of them were women. And then out of those women, how many of them were actually engaged or looking at getting engaged? Again, that brings the number way down, okay? So sure, the radio station had 75,000 listeners, but it only had like 50 or 60 listeners that were interested in my services, all right? And so that's what Optimized Marketing Services does, is we find the clients that are looking for whatever product or service you provide, and then we put your ad in front of them. Doesn't that make sense? Why should you pay hundreds or thousands of dollars to put your ad in front of somebody who has no interest in what you're selling? Okay, so that's step one. We put your ad in front of the people that are looking for you. Step two is then we take them to an online marketing funnel or a lead generation tool, okay? You'll notice I didn't say a website. Every business out there today has a website. And what most websites are is they are online brochures, okay? So there could be some good content in there. There might be some nice picture. There might be some great design. But in the end, it's just a brochure, okay? It doesn't elicit a sale. It doesn't elicit any sort of call to action. So somebody might go to your website. They might look around like, oh yeah, these guys look really good. But they're probably going to go and check out another website and then another one and then another one. And before you know it, your website is long forgotten, all right? Now, what our marketing funnel does, it's a website, but it has a call to action. So we have two strategies that we use. We usually do something that we'll elicit them giving us their email address, and by doing that, then you have a way to follow up with them. If they went to your website, your marketing funnel, they went there for a reason. Let's get back in touch with them and let's find out what that reason was, and let's see if we can provide some service to them. Our other strategy is we try to sell them something. That is even better, okay? If we can turn them into a customer, now we're not going to sell them your high-end item, or service, because that could be a lot of money. What we need to do is we need to build up to that. But if we can sell them, if you can sell them something of lesser value, something that has great quality, then what that does is that turns that lead into a customer. And once they're a customer, and once they get to know you, once they get to know that you provide a good value, then they're probably going to buy from you again. And we just take them up what we call a value ladder, and to the point where you sell them the thing that you actually want to sell them. All right? So if that sounds interesting to you, then we should probably talk. Now, if you look at the title of this page, it says how we turn $10 per day in Facebook ads into $10,000 a day in gross revenue. Now, I just didn't pull that number out of my something. You know, what I did is I worked with the company, and that's what we did. And if you watch the testimonial below, we'll see how one small business spent $10 per day on highly targeted Facebook ads, and that resulted in them generating $10,380 in revenue in their first month. Again, don't take my word for it. Watch the video below, and they'll tell you all about it. And they're pretty excited, especially now that it's month 2 and their numbers are even better. All right, so check out that testimonial, and then if you think that you might be interested in yourself, you know, spending $300 per month on Facebook advertising or some other form of advertising, if it might generate in return 5 figures, well, then what you need to do is you need to fill out the application on the side of this page. Fill out that application, and that's where we sort of open up the dialogue between you and I, and we find out if we're a right fit for one another. All right. Basically, what we're doing is we're looking for motivated people. We're looking for passionate people. We're looking for people who believe in their business. Okay, who want to provide a service, who want to help people, who are just basically passionate. Okay. So if you've got that going for you, and you've got a good product, it's got to be a quality product, then that certainly helps a lot too. And then the third thing that we need to know is there a demand for your product? So if you're a passionate person with a great product and there's demand for that product, then product or service, I'll tell you what, we can do some really good things for you online marketing. All right. So once again, just check out that video below, see what they have to say, and then fill out that application right away. We like to provide really high quality service, so we're not bringing in new clients all the time, but if we're not bringing in a new client right now and we have a great interview, then we'll definitely put you on the list, and we'll definitely make sure that we work with you as soon as we can. All right, so it was good talking to you. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I look forward to talking to you very soon. All right, until then, have fun.